Who wants their daily dose of Seahawks good news? Professor Farnsworth would say, good news, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Seahawks Digest. I'm Christian Pedersen, the host that brings you so far daily content that is only good news. But we are now done, I think, with the deadest part of the offseason because the NFL Top 100 list is coming out, and that to me is always the first little baby step towards actually having football back. NFL releasing that list in a little incremental bit piece way that they do it. You every now and then get a couple of Seahawks popping up on the list. You may have been able to figure it out from the context clues. You're all smart cookies that I was showing you in that intro video, but it's Ernest Jones IV. He is on the list. He is the first Seahawk on the list. He is not going to be the last Seahawk on the list. How high do you think he ranks on the NFL's top 100 players? Drum roll, please. Drop your guesses in the comment section. Number 97. Ta-da! You got his 2025 stats there. I think that's a fantastic year. We have got to get to some of the historical comparisons of that year later in the episode. But yeah, Ernest Jones starting off the list. It's going to be more of our defensive players than our offensive players on this list, but maybe our offensive players are a little bit higher than the defensive players. But I'll be curious, like, are we going to have 5 on the list? Are we going to have 3, 4? Like, it feels like there's going to be a good number of Seahawks players in this list. The first, right now, it is the first 5 have been published, so I only have Ernest Jones IV for you. But if this is the baseline for the first guy to be on this list, you got to think that things are going to continue to turn out well for the Seahawks on this list. The recap of what his season, I mean, it's both good in season or in the regular season and the postseason, and it's the interceptions to me that are just the craziest because he's got 6 of them last year. He wears 13, which in and of itself doesn't feel like a linebacker. That's not like a cliche linebackery number, but I think it speaks to a lot of what is becoming the reality under Mike Macdonald, and that is the ability for him to just have guys like, I do this motion a lot because if they line up here, they drop back. If they're here, they scoot. It's the the Dennis Rodman meme from The Last Dance when Rodman's there explaining his rebound, and if it goes here, then whoosh, the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That to me is kind of what this defense is starting to feel like, where it's like Ernest Jones dropping back for interceptions. Nicky Manwari's coming up to be Wolverine from the edge, coming in for sacks. We've got linebackers, D-line, safeties, all doing things that both they should be doing based off of their position and performance, but then also doing things well outside the scope of traditional roles for a nose tackle, inside linebacker, strong safety, whatever it is. And to me, 97th, I guess my initial reaction is I want to say that feels disrespectful, but then you zoom out a little bit, you realize how many players are in the NFL and how many really good players there are in the NFL, and so I'll take it. Where I was saying that he has some interesting historical comparisons from his numbers last year that are fun to project out. His 151 tackles and 6 interceptions across the regular and postseason made him just the 3rd NFL player since 2000 to hit both of those marks in the same season, with Ray Lewis and Luke Kuechly being the other 2 of those guys to achieve those numbers since 2000. And since 2000 is now, as much as I don't think any of us listening to this right now want to admit, since 2000 is a pretty big sample size. Like, that's a long time. So is Jones headed to the Hall of Fame? I don't know. The Hall of Fames kind of make less and less sense to me as years go on. Some people get in on an old-timers committee. Some people get in as undisputed first balloters. Some people have politics of what writer does or doesn't like. So, okay, that being aside, it's it to me is the fun thing, but the interesting thing to watch on this defense this year, because we talk about it a lot on the offense of how our team's going to game plan for us, is how our team's going to game plan to get around the Seahawks or get through or beat, if you will, whatever it is, the Seahawks defense. I just don't see the vulnerability. I don't see, oh yes, we have this, like it's not like we're relying just on Jones and Eamon Worry and there's just nobody else, because then we've also got Witherspoon and we've also got So seeing number 97 out of top 100 as the first Seahawk, assuming that there are going to, like I said, be at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 more defensive players from this team, has me, every video that I do has me really excited for this season. But it's just like when you start an off season, you're just like, oh yeah, like hypothetically, this is what we could be doing next year. And then you get the schedule out and then you get these little bit pieces. But now that it's like football's just a few weeks away from being like pads are on, things are going to start happening, you can start actually quantifiably like crunching the numbers and like looking at what this team is going to be. And yes, we have a really brutal, difficult schedule for some parts of this, but I don't see an issue with this defense where it's like, oh man, we're going to get exploited or cooked by the power run game. Or, oh, there's going to be this stretch where we play all these teams with quarterbacks that have big arms and deep ball threat receivers, so we're going to get ripped over the top. Or it's like, oh, we fell off last year because all of these, like, Ernest is in his mid-20s. Like, a lot of these, yes, there are a couple of pieces who are in, like a DeMarcus Lawrence, that are in their early to mid-30s, but a lot of this defense right now, the death zone defense, as it has been dubbed, not by me, I didn't make that up, that's good, that's an actual quote, the death zone defense feels like it's entering a second year of what could be a 3 to 4 year run as another, I don't want to say another Legion of Boom because I don't want to disrespect by making a comparison there, but like another Legion of Boom where it's an identifiable defense that has a solid nickname and a brand identity of just being absolutely smothering and destructive to opposing offenses. That's what I got for you on this one. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Those are all YouTube buttons that I'm supposed to mention to you at some point in every episode. Chances are, if you are watching this show on YouTube, you already know to do all of that. But that's what I got for you on this episode of Seahawks Digest. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're 8 minutes closer to the start of the season. Until next time, catch you later.